The head of Instagram, the app that throws 1,001 features at you, just made a video telling you to not use features on Instagram. And it may be the first self-aware thing I think the platform's done in years. But what we're going to do in this video is react to the video from Maseri, where he walks through what he calls tips and tricks for creators as to what features to use and what you may want to avoid. I'm excited for this. So let's jump right in. Let's hear from Maseri, and let's hear what you shouldn't be using on Instagram. So this is Maseri's video. This is Maseri with his portrait mode ready to go. And this is the video he titled Creator Tips and Tricks. So let's hear about these tips and tricks.
I hear from creators all the time that Instagram simply has too many features, and it's exhausting to try to figure out which you should use and which you shouldn't. So today I wanted to create a quick video giving some advice about what features to use and what features you might want to ignore. Now, it all starts with what your goals are with using Instagram. Are you trying to sell something? Are you trying to evangelize a cause? Are you trying to get people to come to your shows if you gig around the country? Whatever it is that you want to accomplish with Instagram, you should evaluate all the different features we build through the lens of whether or not it helps you achieve that goal. So let's start with photos.
Okay, first I had to jump in here because I read a lot of the comments and a lot of people were very angry at this. And I think it is somewhat warranted. People are extreme. This is the internet. But out of all those things that he just said, the intention is all the exact same. You want to gain attention and be able to actually get the attention of the people who click the follow button for you in the first place. And so I think that's why it is so frustrating. And it's kind of ironic that he's basically acting like those are all different things when, sure, nuance would say that those are slightly different things. But at the end of the day, it's attention to action. That's like all we're trying to achieve here. And all these different little things make it difficult. But let's hear about what he has to say about photos, because I know that's a big one for people. So let's hear.
If you're a photographer or you're creative and the primary way that you express yourself is through still photographs, great. Please post photos. Contrary to common belief, lots of people consume lots of photos on Instagram. It's almost half of what people consume. Now, if you want to increase your reach a little bit, a couple pieces of advice. One, try carousels. Posting multiple photos at once can make it a richer experience. It also gives that feed post multiple chances to show up in your followers' feeds.
That's actually a very good tip. So shameless plug here. We actually have a tool built into Flick to help you build stunning carousels in seconds using AI. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. But why it works so well to make carousels, even for static posts, is because if it gets shown in someone's timeline the first time, it'll show them the first slide first. And then the next time it'll show the second slide. So it gives you multiple opportunities to show up in someone's feed and it still look like new content. So you have multiple opportunities to capture someone's attention. So if you have not posted carousels yet, it's a very strong idea to do so. And that's also why you're going to see a ton of people on Instagram posting a video, but before it, they have a static carousel looking image. It's because they're trying to take advantage of what I just said. The first time it'll be basically like a thumbnail where they try to capture their attention. And if that doesn't work, the next time Instagram feeds them that post, it'll just be the video right away. I guarantee you've seen this all across Instagram. If you haven't paid attention to it yet or noticed it, now you will.
And two, if you really want to experiment, try adding music to photos and carousels, which can make that experience more engaging. Now, if on the other hand, you create content that is naturally better suited to video or reels, like you're a comedian and you just stand up, or you're a musician and you perform, then please post reels on Instagram, because in general, the good news is for you that people are more interested in video than photos. They're just more engaging. Now, if you're a photographer and there's no good way to make videos about your photographs, then don't do it. That's totally okay. But if you're lucky enough where a video is aligned with what you naturally produce, please lean in, it'll help you. Next, stories. In a world where people are inundated with...
Nothing's groundbreaking so far here yet. I definitely was hoping for some better tips and tricks, but maybe that's just because I know this stuff already. But let's hear about stories.
With overly processed content, a lot of what people want to see from you as a creator is a little bit of an authentic insight into what it is like to be in your shoes. So for behind the scenes type of content, how do you make what you make? What does it look like backstage before you get on and perform? This is an amazing way to reach your audience. Now, if you are precious about your brand and it doesn't make sense to share that behind the scenes content, then don't. It's totally fine not to use stories. Lastly, channels, one of the newest features, a great way to reach your most passionate followers. I would guess that on average, maybe 1/10 of your followers will actually subscribe to your channel, maybe more, but it's not going to be everybody because you're actually buzzing their pockets. So if you've got content that not all your followers want to see, but your most passionate subset do, use channels. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Now, I also want to remind you that though people focus a lot on reach, and that makes sense, it's important that whatever you do on Instagram is an overlap or at the overlap of what you want to achieve in terms of your goals, like I stated at the beginning, and what your followers want to see. If your followers want to see it, but it's not aligned with your goals, don't do it. If it's aligned with your goals and your followers don't want to see it, then it's not going to get much reach over time. You need to find that sweet spot, that overlap between what you want out of the platform and what your followers want to see from you. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, which features you love, which you'd like to see that are not built yet, and which maybe you'd like to see us deprecate over time. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.
I love the intention behind it, and he does seem like a genuinely nice human being. He's getting absolutely destroyed in the comments. And I think it has a lot to do with him, the fact that he just spent 3.5 minutes saying stuff that we already all knew for the most part. I think the one good tip that he had, if you weren't aware of, was the carousel push. But apart from that, this is all quite common stuff we've heard 1,000,000,001 times. And really isn't that groundbreaking in terms of how we're going to change or use Instagram. Basically, the biggest takeaway was use it if you want to and don't if you don't. Thank you. I appreciate that, I guess. But yeah, if you have a bit of time and you want to scroll through the comments, you're going to see a lot of negativity. So then here's the sentiment I was referring to in the beginning. My own brother doesn't see my posts anymore. And how much of that's true, I don't know. But I do think that there's enough of a push from people in the user base of Instagram that are actually creating that do have a lot of problems with it. So, hey, I love the fact that he's at least trying here. And it seems like Instagram is at least going to try. But that's what he wants you to stop using on Instagram. I don't know. I don't know. I think let's try to summarize that for you because I don't think he did a very good job. So use whatever features you can that make sense when you can use them. But if you're in a situation where you literally cannot make a feature work for you, even though it's working for most people, if your situation makes it impossible, just accept that reality and double down on what you can do and try to maximize whatever that is. And so the example of photographer is the easiest one. If you physically cannot work video into your strategy, focus more on carousels and understand that that's just part of the game that you're playing. And his advice, focus on your goal. If it's growing your business, then focus on that more so than just going viral. I know it's not what anyone wants to hear. Obviously, they're still working through the kinks of all these things, but at least they're trying. And so if you want to hear more of these updates, we make videos like this often talking about the latest updates from Instagram, TikTok, and the other platforms. Or you can follow Masari directly. This guy's the head of the Instagram, and he posts videos like this on a weekly basis to communicate with people and seemingly piss them off. But that's what he wants you to do and not be doing. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about Instagram in general as a platform and what kind of features you would want to see and what features you hate in the comment section down below. I will chop it up with you. But my name's Ben. We've not met before. Great to meet you. This is Flick. We are your resident social media nerds. We live and breathe this stuff, and we build tools to help you make better content in a fraction of the time. So if you've never tried our stuff, you can do so completely for free by using the link down below. And on the note of carousels, we actually just released a feature helping you to make personalized carousels in seconds that look amazing and perform really, really well. You can try that out completely for free as well. And if you want to see a tutorial of the tools that we have, check out this video right here and I'll walk you through everything that you need to know to take full advantage. I'll see you over there. Keep crushing it and good luck on Instagram.